Whoosh. Welcome everybody. This is a follow-up lesson on the grading syllabus. I'm going to take each grading syllabus belt level from white to black belt, and I'm going to give you one specific point to focus on for your grading. These are things that I want you to try and correct whenever you do your grading preparation. So when we talk about the white belts, and please remember, this is not just for the white belt, it's for everybody, but in particular the white belts, this is what I want you to focus on for this next few weeks. If we take High-End Shodan for example, but this applies to Kion as well and everything that you do, but I'm going to use High-End Shodan as an example. When you get to the first Kiai in High-End Shodan, I want you to focus and to try and practice for me to do the following. Whenever you turn, to always turn on your heel and not on the ball of the foot. So what do I mean with that? I will explain. So this foot, when you turn to the next movement, please try and make sure that you turn on your heel whenever you move in a new direction. The reason for that is we always want to turn positive in karate. If I should turn on my toes, my body will move in a backwards direction. Whenever I turn on my heels, my body will move in a positive direction. I want to move into the attack by blocking the attack, therefore I have to move positive into the attack. So for the white belts, that is this thing I want you to practice. The same for Kion as well. Whenever you do something and you have to turn, make sure that you turn on your heel. Like I say, please try and practice for me that. When we talk about the yellow belts, I want you to do the following for me. This is for you, and it's all about target. What do I mean with target? I don't just mean target with punching. I also mean target with blocking and striking and whatever it is that you do. So if we think of target, for example, Agyuki block, please make sure that the wrist is in front of the forehead and it is one fist away from your forehead. Whenever you do a block, that you block with the wrist on that person's wrist, and that your target and center line, everything is correct. So when it comes to blocking, make sure your target is important. Obviously punching in the center line of your own body. Please be hard on yourself and make it as precise as possible so that when you block, it is in the correct position. Orange belts. For you guys, I would like you to focus for me on the following. You're going to focus on the three basic stances. Remember, when you do High-End Shodan as a white belt, the stance that you practice mostly for the white belts is the forward stance. For the yellow belts, it's the back stance in High-End Nidan, and in High-End Sandan, it's the Kibidachi. So now that you get to orange belt, I want you to make sure that those three stances are absolutely perfect. When you do your Zenkutsu Dachi, make sure the knee is over the inside of the ball of the foot, that when you look down you cannot see your front toe, that your back leg is straight, your feet is facing forward, and that you have a good solid stance. The same applies for the back stance. In the Kokutsu Dachi, make sure that you sit on this back leg. Don't let your weight go to the center, the weight goes to the back leg. You can practice by doing this on a side wall, by making sure that your foot, your knee and your hip is in a same plane. In other words, vertical from here. Make sure that you have a little bend on the knee here and that your body is upright. The last one is the Kibidachi. Make sure it looks like a structure of a house. Make sure that your knees are bent. Make sure that your knees are on the inside of the ball of the foot and that the outside edges of your feet are facing forward. Make sure of your posture and sit nicely down with the weight down the middle line, like this. We're now going to focus on the green belts. So we said for the orange belts, it's the stances. For the green belts, I want you to focus on the slow and the fast elements. Why do I say that? Because High-End Yondan starts now with slow movements. And the slow and the fast is what I want you guys to focus on for your grading syllabus. Like I say, when you do High-End Yondan, for example, make sure when you do the movement that it is very nice timing together, and you just can demonstrate the slowness of the movement. So the slow and the fast for the green belts is something that I want you guys to focus on for me. For the blue belts, I want you guys to focus on finishing movements for me. You cannot go to the next movement unless you finish the previous movement. For example, if you do a down a block, I need you to finish the movement, make sure everything is finished. Why do I say that for the blue belts? Because now, when you do your grading syllabus, you need to make sure, for example, when you do Aki Uki, that you finish the movement before you can go back to wind. And everything must finish. For example, a hikite hand in the hip, make sure that it finishes in the correct position. For blue belt, that is very important. Make sure that you finish your movements. Then we're going to go on to the purple belts. For the purple belts, I want you guys to focus on that word kime, meaning finish and focus. So you've done all of the things I've said now before, but now for you, it's to make sure that you have kime. I want to see purple belts now showing that they've got kime in their movements. So now you need to apply a little bit of snap. It must look a little bit more crisp. And that kime is going to help you to show that. When we talk about the red belts, for example, I want you guys to think of precision. Red belts, you now need to apply to make sure that you can show me perfection of the movements. So precision. I need to make sure that whatever it is that you do, that I can see everything is absolutely done with precision. Whether it's a hand in the side, a punch forward, shoulder rotation. For example, when you punch, to have your shoulders in a square position like this, hips, feet must be everything. I want you to start to work on the precision. Why? Because brown and black belts, short-arm grading, going for black belt is all about that precision. And I want the red belts to think of that precision already. When we talk about the brown belts and the junior black belts, I want you guys to focus on power. So you need to try and generate power with everything that your body allows you to make power with. If you think of a kata, for example, of basadai, for example, you need to use your whole body that's available. You can't just have a lazy foot with no power here and then rely on the arms at the end. Everything that you do from here, think of power, hips, everything. So the whole body must become a unit so that you can make the necessary power. Brown belt, add the power to everything that you do. Black belts, for you guys, I want you to focus on full range. If you think of all the elements I've covered now from white belt, it needs to now be the complete picture, the full range of movements. Don't make your movements too small. Don't think by making something small will make speed. No. Think of full range of movement. The Udiuki wind needs to be big. You need to have a big winding arm and then use the whole body with the precision, the power, the kime, everything like I said before with the other belt levels. I want you to try each belt level, see if you can correct those little small things in your grading syllabus. And I promise you, if for your particular grade, if you focus on those elements, I'm sure you'll have a very successful grading. Please practice and keep sending me those videos. I would love to see them.